Command has been given. Crank him up.
Let's go. When I say I don't know, I don't know.
Let's go, baby.
Now, the Morning Drive.
Buckle up, everybody.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
It's a game changer.
I listen to you guys every single day on my way to work.
Well, again, I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on the radio.
You guys are amazing.
What are you doing over there?
I'm going to the top.
The Morning Drive with Mike Bagley and Pete Pistone.
To the bat balls.
Sirius XM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 live and on the air for this Thursday morning, February 23rd, 2023. Mike Bagley here in Delmarva Studio 1D. We've got Pistol Pete Pistone in the Paisan Palace in Chicago. We've got Sammy and Davey in Studio 134 in the Beltway Bureau at our nation's capital. We welcome each and every one of you to this Thursday morning and happy Friday Eve to you, Triple P.
Good morning, Bagman. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday Eve to one and all on a fine Thursday morning here from a very soggy, yes, soggy Chicago, Illinois.
Rain over there?
I'd rather be soggy than buried in snow, and that's basically how I'm spinning this. We had about 1.5 inches of rain yesterday, Mike, we were told, and if that were snow, we'd have about 1.5 feet of snow. So we'll take the rain, and I know our friends to the north in Wisconsin and Minnesota got hammered. I mean, 18 inches of snow up there in Kaukauna, Wisconsin, I saw last night, and about 24 inches and change in the Twin Cities. So, yeah, could have been a lot worse around here. It's just a lot of rain, and you know what? You don't have to shovel rain.
Exactly. I'm all about that.
I mean,
that shovel here has been in a state of repose for the entire winter. I'm not even touched the ice melt. Like the little pellets you put out, the little white pellets you put out and sprinkle out on the driveway and the porch and all that.
Yeah.
Not even touched it. Matter of fact, I bought an extra one thinking, okay, you know what? I'm going to be prepared. I could probably de-ice half of the freeway system in the state of Delaware. And we do have freeways. It's 95. It makes a little cut through. Have not touched it. It's like,
well,
wow.
Maybe they can buy it off you. You never know. Maybe the supply is short over there. Well, maybe they haven't.
No, it's not short. We've not used any.
You're not used any. It's funny you say that. I bought the same thing, but I had to buy the kind that if dogs walk on it, it doesn't hurt their little paws. There's a dog-friendly de-icer that I bought. I didn't know that. I don't want Buddy's paws to get all burned up, but we haven't used it much, so he's been fine. So that is also in a state of repose with the shovel.
Do you buy the little the little paw covers? I've seen dogs that have these little like elastic little paw cover thingies. Do you buy those for him?
He doesn't like those. We tried it. Shelly bought them. The girls bought them. Put them on. He got all weird, like he wouldn't walk with them on because it felt weird. Yeah, he was like stumbling over everything. He looked like a guy coming home from the bars at 2 a.m. I was like, "What's going on?" He doesn't want them. So no, we don't. Another purchase that sits there somewhere not being used, Baggy. You can't return those apparently.
Right. Well, I mean, it technically is a foundation garment. Like, we can't return underwear. You can't return paw coverings.
Can't return underwear?
Oh, no, don't tell me. Seriously? You've done that too?
Well, I haven't opened up the package, so, one time I bought the wrong size.
You can if you not return them, but you can't wear them and return them.
Okay. I returned them because I had the wrong size. For whatever reason, I had my glasses or contacts on. I bought the wrong size. I had to bring those suckers right back. They're happily exchanged them. So, yeah. So, anyway, what's it like over there? Sammy keeps rubbing it in my face. It's going to be 80 degrees over there today. Yikes.
Well, Sammy,
nice
bring
and
us up to
warm.
speed.
I don't know if it is going to be. Hey, let's see here real quick. That's what I've been saying. Okay, so it is officially
like 79 to 81 today.
Wow.
What the heck? How could that be? It's February.
Well, it's just we're in a temperate location, Pete. What can I say?
Temperate? Would you move to the equator?
But I'm also when I look on the 7-day on Saturday, it's giving me 3 snowflakes though on Saturday morning. So we're gonna go from 80 degrees on Thursday to snow on Saturday. So I mean, don't be
welcome to the DMV.
Yeah, don't be too jealous. No golf.
We're gonna have flurries here on Saturday morning,
really?
But it's not accumulating. It's not, we're not going to have to shovel. It's just like a floating flurry flying by. Wait.
Nice alliteration.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Speaking of flurries, McDonald's has the Shamrock Shake Back if you're looking for a tasty treat.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good. And it is the mint flavored one. Remember they went back, the one year they decided just to do green-colored vanilla shakes, Chislers. And we complained about it, but it is the mint flavored again this year.
What is like the best holiday sweet treat out there. And I'm saying, like, I'm talking, you can go Shamrock Shake, you can go like Reese Cup eggs for Easter because those are just so important. I'm genuinely curious what you guys would have to go as like the number one holiday sweet treat or themed sweet treat.
I would say, the Reese's peanut butter egg.
That's pretty tough to beat. I
For
agree.
Easter. And listen, don't sleep on that Chick-fil-A peppermint shake.
That's
You got little hunks of candy cane in there.
What a call, Baggy.
so good. That was on my list as well. Again, the only problem is the peppermint bits get caught in the straw sometimes. So you get a little seized up. It's like kind of that thing when you're having your shake in the car. But it's very good, Baggy. Very
Snippity
good.
snip. What was that again?
No, can't do. What's wrong with you people? Yeah, that's good. The treat that I had, the Poochki. Remember, I told you there's going to be one Poochki left here at the house. There was. We Larry McGee'd it. Let me explain when you Larry McGee something here. When I worked at Firestone back in the corporate world, like when you had the corporate world life before you got into the broadcasting business, I had a boss, and he was the nicest guy in the world, and his name was Larry McGee. So you know, Mike, when people would always bring in on Fridays, like coffee cakes and donuts and stuff, right? That's sort of the corporate mentality, at least it was then. Well, Larry would always come in, hey, Larry, come on, have a little piece of coffee cake. Oh, no, I'm trying to watch what I'm eating. I'll just have a little sliver of it. Well, Larry was a lovely man, but he came into that room about 8 times a day for the little sliver, and before you know it, he could have sat down and ate the whole coffee cake if he would have just sat down. So when we Larry McGee something here, that's kind of what I'm referring to. So we Larry McGee'd. It's gone.
So basically, he Kim Cooned it because when we used to have a truck and we would bring donuts on the truck, she would take a knife and either eat half of the donut or a quarter of the donut.
There you go.
How can you leave donuts on the table? Seriously, how can you just stop at just a little bite or half? And then, I mean, I knew, and when I came in the truck, I knew Kim had been in there because there's a knife, a little plastic knife, and then there's half a donut left. Like, yep, Kim's been here.
Kimmy and Larry McGee. Kimmy and Larry McGee.
I love Kim.
Same thing.
That kind of reminds me of like the pizza parties in school where it's a little bit different, but like a pizza party at school, be like, hey, we got pizza for everybody, and it's like one large pizza that's like 8 slices cut into 24 slices, and then you're not getting a slice, you're getting like a strand of hair of pizza.
You get like a bite and it's a slice. That's it.
And you'll like it.
It's a noodle.
So I have been to parties before where they have had desserts that I guess you could blame me of doing a Larry McGee too. They'll make these sweets that I don't like.
Sure.
And they've already cut them and they go to give it to you and you're like, oh, no, that's way too much, right? And I'm not a cookies, cakes, or pies guy. I'm an ice cream guy. That's my weakness. I'm not into a lot of that. Every now and then I'll do a little something. But they'll give you, and like, big old slab of apple pie. You know I don't eat apple pie. Hot fruit, no.
Hot fruit, forget about it. What's the matter with you?
So then it's like, now what do I do with this? Like, what do I do with this? So it's like, I have on occasion, just to make it look good, I have been standing there because the congregation point, whenever you have a dinner party or house party, is in the kitchen. Everybody stands in the kitchen, right? Everybody stands there.
Yeah.
So how am I going to get out of this? So one time I had, it was awful. And I got confirmation from other folks involved that it was bad. Now, how am I going to like get rid of this and not like have to eat it? So you take a little courtesy bite and you push through. But then what I do is I go back to like the crust and I will cut it. And then when no one's looking, I'll just turn around and kind of like shove it in the trash can, leave the crust, and then eat the crust. But then you got to put something on top of what you put in the trash can. So you got to disguise it or wrap it in a napkin or something. Because you're putting a very bad spot. It's like, number one, I don't like hot fruit. Number two, this is awful. It's just bad. So how do we get through this?
Oh, that's a good plan.
But it's like I tell them, just give me a little bit. Well, this little bit, it's like half the pie. It's like they're cutting, Dagwood style cuts of pie. Dagwood, by the way, is the big sandwiches. If someone says he has a Dagwood, that means you got one of those Carnegie Deli. Okay, check. This is going to be good. Carnegie Deli sandwiches.
Yes.
And it's like all this pie, and I can't take it.
Well, so one time, sort of a same idea story. I went to a dinner party, and they had a signature cocktail, right? And hey, Petey, you got to try this. And I don't know what it was, but Baggy, it felt like they had every bottle of alcohol in their house opened and they poured it into the drinks that they handed to me. And I was like, I can't drink this.
It's like Michael Scott's One of Everything.
Yeah, kind of, exactly. So I, walked away, I put myself into another room, and I'm like, what do I do with this drink now that they handed to me? Well, they had like a fern or a bush in the house there, like a house plant there. So I poured it into the bottom where the dirt is on the fern or the house plant. Come to find out, about a week later, the plant died.
Shocker.
Killed it. Who the hell put the drink in my fern? I don't know. That's a lot of crust. And if you got some crust, Bagman will eat it.
That's a quote that I don't ever thought I would ever hear. Who put that drink in my fern? And we hope all of your ferns are fine, wherever they are.
Mount Rushmore of ferns, the plant, Fern Gully. What else do we got?
I've never thought about ferns. I have nothing to add.
Between
to this
two ferns was Zach Galifianakis. That's three of
good.
them.
Fernwood Tonight
There's
was an old
Franz
TV
Ferdinand.
All right, good. Boom, we got 4. Back to back. He and his sweet and his cakeys cooked some
Would you not
pie.
I would just go to the bathroom and throw the drink down the drain.
I know. I
Don't
think
kill a
someone,
plant.
Someone was in
fern.
there.
In college, I was notorious. I do not have. I'm not very good at taking shots of certain types of liquor. Like I can't do. I can do tequila and I can do Fireball and stuff like that. But like if it's late in the night, I can't do like whiskey or vodka or anything like that. It's it's not good. In college, people would bring those around though at 2:00 in the morning. Take it. I would sit there and I go, yeah, and I would throw it over. I would just throw the shot and throw it over my shoulder. And one time I threw a shot of whiskey in some girl's face who was standing behind me, and I was like, I'll just buy you a drink. I apologize for throwing mine on you. I did that. I did it probably 10 times in college,
really wet.
at least. Like, I was like, if I take this, I'm either it's gonna put me over the edge, and I'm gonna get sick or something like that. So it's just not gonna go well for me. And instead of giving them back to people or giving them to someone, I would just pretend to throw it over my shoulder.
See, this is why I don't go to the infield at Talladega anymore.
Oh, God.
Because when you go through the infield at Talladega, listen, I'll tell you something. There's some nice people in there. There's some mean people too, but there's some nice people. I mean, wherever you go, you got the best of both worlds. Yeah. But they're so nice that you ride by. Hey, come have a drink with us. Hey, come eat. It's like they're very giving, right? Mm-hmm. Well, this one night, this lady walks up to me and she said, "Put your head back." I'm like, "Wait, what? What are we doing here?
Hello.
What's going on?"
Hello.
I did, and she took what's the big Costco-sized bottle of vodka, like the big
Kirkland's bottle? Yeah,
right?
Kirkland's,
Whatever that size is.
Yeah.
She just took this and she just started pouring it in my mouth, and I'm like, "Stop! Stop! Stop!"
That's too much.
I can't go in there anymore. I just can't.
No,
it's like I need to be fresh and crisp for the broadcast the next day. That ain't gonna happen. Spending the night on East Toboggan Boulevard. All the folks in there can, but some of us got to work the next day. We need to be ready to go for it, not nursing a hangover. And I'm gonna tell you something. That's a wild. If you've never been to the infield of Talladega, folks, you need to see it at least once. You need to experience it at least once. If you really want the deluxe treatment, stay in the infield of Talladega. You'll never be the same.
Trying to think since you brought it up, and I don't care. We'll just admit things. The worst I've ever felt at a race weekend after having a little too much the night before. And, I think the winner's going to be at Dover and Fire and Ice the night before you and I went on the air. That was the absolute race winner.
Was that
there.
the Kool in the Gang concert night?
I believe it was, yes. Mm-hmm.
Y'all were some rough folks. Amanda's still throwing up because of it.
That was in that nice little place. Yeah, that was in that nice little area there, too. Wasn't
they got
in
a
the
heavy
infield.
pour in there.
Heavy pour. I mean, you talk about Fire and Ice. That's what it felt like when I got out of there about 2 a.m. Sun.
Yep.
But we pressed on.
Y'all were tore up that next day.
We were tore up. Now, if you can be a little quiet on the queue there while we're trying to do the broadcast, we'd all appreciate it. Thank you.
Meanwhile, some of us are back in the room, thumbing through the Gideons, preparing for the broadcast the next day.
Uh-huh.
Let's turn to Jeremiah chapter 15, shall we? Oh, memories. Oh, mercy me. Coming up, bottom of the hour. Give you headline check number 1. Coming up at 8:50 this morning, we will give you the calendar. Coming up at 9, we'll visit with Dustin Long of NBC Sports. D-Lo is on the same flight I was. So,
really?
old brake dust clearing security. And comes sauntering to the boarding gate. Dustin Long, your plane is now available.
Trotta
It's a head scratcher.
flies out with the president of NASCAR. Baggy gets to fly back with Dustin Long. What a trade-off right there.
Well, El Supremo was on the plane. I didn't even know it.
Yeah, these guys are
Had
texting
no
the other
idea.
day. You're like, you're on that same flight? Yeah, I was over
Yeah.
here. Well, I was over there. What the hell? What's going on out there?
He's just
Yeah.
sitting there with his mozzarella.
Danielle comes in with Steve Phelps. I fly out with Dustin Long. Look at me go.
Hey, listen, nothing wrong with D'Lo. Come on.
Nothing's wrong with D'Lo. I love
No.
D'Lo. Coming up 9:30 this morning, we'll visit with Daniel Suarez's crew chief, Travis Mack. Remember, they almost won this race last year at Auto Club Speedway. We'll see what they got for him this week. Check the temperature of Trackhouse Racing now that we have cleared race 1 of the 2023 season. We're going to put a bow on our TMD 6-pack. We'll take your telephone calls at 866-PIT-LANE, and we'll also take your tweets at SiriusXM NASCAR, hashtag TMD NASCAR.